Welcome, revelers. It's Off the Rails, Right versus Left, the podcast that we do because we think the left is evil. As always, I'm Rob B, and with me is.
Bradley, and we know the left is evil.
and of course, our resident leftist sympathizer, tons of fun himself.
Brian G. hanging out.
So today we're going to be talking a little bit about what's going on with the shooting in Kentucky. We're going to be covering some new testimony about some of the statistics from the big pandemic, and we're also going to be talking about the tensions over on the Taiwan Strait between China and Taiwan, and what our role is in it or what it should be in it.
What is up?
So,
with this? What is up with this judicial system?
oh, have no idea what you mean. We're off the rails and we haven't even ran the intro yet.
You don't know what I mean? You mean the guy who killed a BLM protester in Austin? Self-defense. He was actually convicted the other day.
That is crazy.
Yeah, Governor Abbott's ready to give him a pardon.
Good.
I guess the DA left out a bunch of evidence and shit that he wouldn't show the jury.
Yeah, well, I mean, Austin's just as like retarded as Portland. I mean, they've got the same exact city motto. So yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous up there.
I don't believe anything's as retarded as Portland. They're so freaking bad.
You know,
yeah, they're pretty bad.
You know that it's bad when Alex Jones wants to get out of Austin, and he grew up there.
That's kind of shocking to me, actually.
What is it, George Soros funded DA again, of course.
Well, it's too bad. Portland and Oregon they are beautiful areas.
I know, it's sad.
It's sad because I could never live there because they've gone so whack job.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing you can do to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Portland, grew up right across the bridge from it, and like it's just insane. Like it actually ruined my nephew up there. It's so bad. Like he's going to prison. So that's kind of insane. Anyway, so let's get into the whole thing in Kentucky. So of course, it's a big tragedy. We've got 4 dead. The 5th person doesn't count because he's the whack job that went in there and did it. 9 people injured. 3 have been released from the hospital. 3 more are in critical condition. It's horrific what's going on. Huh?
An officer was killed.
Yeah, and then one of the ones in critical conditions is a police officer as well. Mm-hmm. So it may end up being 2 officers were killed. So, but so have you guys seen much of the story so far?
Oh, I heard what the mayor was saying. Gun violence. Liberal talking point. Instead of the actual psycho, talking about the psycho and the crazy brain that he had, we're going to talk about the gun. Because the gun that's sitting in my safe has... Well, wait. Yeah, it still hasn't killed anybody.
Well, that's where they go every single time. They go to the inanimate object rather than going to the real problems of why is this being done. I mean, there's 50 years ago, there was more guns per capita than by far than now, but yet we didn't have the gun violence we have now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because it's the people. It's the breakdown of the American family. It's the devaluing of the father and the Christian beliefs. It's now they're even devaluing motherhood. I mean, it's not just going after fathers now and saying, masculinity is bad, fathers is bad. Now they're devaluing mothers, saying, well, what is a woman? It's
a man can be a better woman than a woman can.
And have gay friends. I've had gay friends. I have no problem with gays being parents, but when there's not a man and a woman in a relationship, there is something missing. Even my friends that are gay that have had kids will admit that they do miss something with not having a mother and a father. I mean, gays can be wonderful parents. They can raise wonderful kids, but there is something missing when you don't have both.
Yeah, you can't provide that. It just like the same reason a lot of people that don't support gay marriage. It's a valid point because what is gay marriage? This is a gay marriage. This is a gay marriage, right? You can't get anything from that. Nothing happens from that.
Well, there is love and there's caring in a gay marriage, but
right. But like the foundation of a family is what? Man, woman, child. That's the way it was from the beginning of time.
no, I like I said, even my gay friends will admit that there are things that a man gives a child and things that a woman gives a child, and they're different.
Right. And a man can never give a child something that a woman would because a man will never be a woman.
Gay couples can be wonderful parents, but there is still something missing there that one can't give that the other one has.
Right. And I'm not disagreeing with you on that at all.
Yeah. And I have no problem with a gay couple adopting kids. Like I said, they can be wonderful parents.
Just so long as they're not going around giving the kids monkeypox.
Yeah, but especially with, I mean, I'm not going to say wonderful parenting monkeypox. I'll never say that, a wonderful couple can't adopt a kid just because they're gay or something. I mean, we have lots of kids that need wonderful homes. I mean, I would put a kid with a wonderful couple like that any day over putting them in some group home or something.
Right.
Okay, but have we had any honest? So I've personally noticed that there seems to be a correlation to people who are gay and sexual abuse that they've suffered. So I don't know. And we know that people
sexual abuse that they suffered, like from family members or like,
well, it can be from family members. It can be from just people that are like close to the family, not necessarily family members, close friends of the family, Boy Scout leaders, Catholic priests. I mean, Brian's Catholic. How was your time as an altar boy?
Come on.
Oh,
he's sitting down just fine, and he doesn't look like he's sitting straight up, but he's got kind of a slouch, so I think he made it out all right.
Yeah.
By the way, hi guys.
99.9999% of kids who are altar boys had wonderful experiences, never had a problem.
That you can clearly remember.
Yeah, I just sent a hello to everybody on that's watching us on Rumble right now. We've got 6 people watching us on Rumble too.
Nice.
So welcome. So just so you guys know, I am watching the live chat over there on Rumble. So you can go ahead and talk with us, and I will see it, and I'll respond to you guys. For some reason, the main chat doesn't actually transfer over to the Rumble chat, and we can't see you guys as the viewers on there. So you can feel free to talk to us. But I mean, we have this up on Twitter and Rumble and everywhere else too. So here's a couple things that I have to say. Yeah, for sure. So a couple things that I have to say about this. Biden talking about the Republicans need to do something to make people safe. There's not a single policy prescription that a Democrat has ever put up that would make anybody safer. Like you go look at London or England, where you basically can't own a gun, and the murder rates and the gun violence rates are creeping up. You look at Australia, and the gun violence rates are creeping up. So criminals don't care about the law; they're going to get the guns anyways. Crazy people want to do something crazy, they're going to do something crazy. You look at, right after they banned all the guns and shit, some dude burnt down a retirement home because he wanted to be a mass murderer. That happened in Australia. No guns, but he still managed to effect a mass shooting or a mass killing. He did it without a gun. Like, in this country, like, they're all focused on the AR-15. Well, I noticed that it's very absent in the reporting. They're not saying it's an AR-15 because it's not an AR-15. It's a regular standard rifle. So Biden, as usual, he's an idiot when it comes to policy. Every time Republicans actually suggest, like, I don't know, more police, like, let's stop teaching everybody that they need to get a trophy for everything, so when they actually get out in life and actually start losing, they don't fucking break like a crystal snowflake that just got dropped on concrete. That's the real problem.
Born a Jamal Bowman. More guns? More guns? Children are dying, Rob.
Yeah, so let's stop pussifying the kids. So when they get hit by the harsh realities that life's not always fair, you don't always win. Sometimes you're going to lose. They're not going to sit there and lose their shit and go killing people.
Yeah. Well, that's like, okay, if, as a parent,
how about
you see your kid falling, right? But there's nothing that you could do to like get there to stop him because you're too far away. But you let them fall because what? They're going to get back up, right?
Right.
Right? You don't put a bunch of bubble wrap around your kid and then send them out the door to school, right?
But if liberals had their way, we'd all be crawling around in diapers, sucking on our binkies.
Well, but how about
So that's the reality.
How about just the traditional Judeo-Christian values where you have two parents and they teach the kid how to respond to things without using violence to do it. I mean, it isn't a guy's nature. I mean, that's just who we are, that we are violent creatures. But we're raised by a guy who was raised himself by another guy to learn how to respond to that without resorting to violence, without pulling out a gun and going and shooting up community. And I know the last mass shooting was a woman, which is extremely rare. And I know they'll probably beat the hell out of me saying it's a woman because it was a woman trying to convert over to a guy.
Well, I think the last
still biologically
just
a
happened
woman
today.
that did this, and that is extremely rare.
Yep, for sure. All right, so guys, we're closing up on a hard break here on the first segment. We're going to be dumping off of YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hop over on Rumble or catch us on Twitter or catch us on you can catch us on LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you want to watch us. That isn't the communist tube that's going to censor everything that we have to say, because our next segment we're going to be talking about some of the information that's out about COVID. So first, I'm gonna kind of set the scene for you guys, what it was like this morning in Kentucky, and then we're gonna dump out to our intro. While the intro's playing, I'm gonna cut the YouTube feed, and then we're gonna continue the show over on Rumble. So the 9 guys there on Rumble, grab a snack. We're gonna be continuing the show in just a couple minutes.
Don't forget the donkey.
Donkey.
Alright, welcome, revelers. This is Off the Rails, Right versus Left, the podcast that we do because we think the left is evil. I'm Rob B.
And I'm Brad Lee. And I'm Brian G.
And we are Off the Rails, Right versus Left. Again, we're doing this show because we think everybody needs to know that the left is evil.
Classic.